Billy Joe Saunders, he's going on road, isn't he? Yet again. Scotland, Canada and now America. You know, from day one Frank always goes on about home advantage. Well, he's not got no home advantage, has he, no more? Because he ain't got no ticket sellers. There's only Josh Warrington sells tickets, isn't there? And Frampton in Ireland. Take them two out, everybody else has got to go on road, haven't they? Yarday's got to go on road, hasn't he? He doesn't sell a ticket. Tyson doesn't sell a ticket. He didn't sell Manchester out, did he? It is what it is, isn't it? But I'm not happy with that performance. He is a year from his best. People can say, won every round, Porky. Shut your fat mouth, you're an hater. Look. He couldn't stop Francisco Pianetta, who Kevin Johnson stopped. The guy had a midriff like me. You get it? Tyson must have hit him 30 times with left hooks. 30 times we left hooks to side at body. Come on. If you're hitting people like that and they're not going down, what's Wilder going to do? He's going to laugh. His body's made of steel. Fucking Jesus, man. I wish Tyson Fury well, but for all the hype and all the talk of turning Pianetta into an Italian sausage, his words, he said, I'm going to do a Sugar Ray Leonard number on him. I'm the Sugar Ray Leonard of the heavyweight division. And I'm going to turn him into an Italian sausage. Well, in my opinion, the Italian sausage were just too slippery and greasy. And he's took the former champ the distance. Now, that's why the fans booed at the end. They're hearing about all this stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet. And then look what happened. He were plodding along. There were no power in his shots. He were reaching with left jab. Watch the fight, you can see it. Falling in all the time and that, and jumping on spot, fainting. Look at that, what's that? That's a block shot. Look, he's waving him in there. That's a block shot by Pianetta in round 8. He's blocking it with his left hand. Look at Tyson, he's moving backwards now. He's not doing, what's he doing? He's not forcing fight, look. Just fainting, moving about. What's that? What's that? What, reaching out there? What's he doing there? Look, he just got clipped there. You've got to watch the fight closely, watch. Look at that, block shots again. Look, yeah, that were a good feinting from Tyson there, but come on, we're talking about journeyman level here. Come on, Dave Allen gave him a black eye in sparring. Look, I'm not falling for it. I want him to come back and win all them belts more than anybody. But he's got to do it the right way. He's got to get fitter, stronger, and come back in the right fights and take the 4 fights that he wanted to take. He can't do it this way. You can't fight Wilder in November. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to have blood on the fucking hands. If he goes 12 rounds with Wilder and he takes shots, it's not good. That's just my opinion. I wish him well, but it's not good. Look, my final point in this is Tyson's been out the ring 22 months. He started camp after 22 months, didn't he? So people need to stop saying he's been out the ring for a year. Because if he were out the ring for a year, he'd be starting this November, wouldn't he? November the 28th, his last fight with Vladimir, wasn't it? His last title fight. Now he's had 2 fights since then, and we're going to get another fight before the 3 years up. So that'll be 3 fights in 3 years. So he's not been out for a year, he were out 22 months. And for the first 6 or 7 months, he were out sparring at Peter's, because I saw him there myself. So he ain't been out for a year and on the beer and the drugs for a year. Don't be falling for that. I don't want to hear about this out for a year nonsense. He started his camp after 22 months, his proper camp with that Ben. I don't want to hear all this knackers about out for a year and he's got to get back in it and all that. He looked terrible there yesterday, and people in boxing know. Look at Frank Warren's face there, he fucking knows as well. I can't believe people are falling for it. Load of codswallop. He's done well to get from 27 stone to 18 and a half stone. Well done, I applaud that. I applaud anybody that can go through what he's gone through, but I'm not having that. BT Sport needed a KO, didn't they? They needed a KO so they could sell Wilder fight. But now, as I've just said earlier, who's going to want that? Who's going to want that? Hey, who's going to want that? Hey, who's going to want to buy that? Which hotel in Vegas is going to buy that? Which hotel's going to buy that? They're not, are they? If Tyson had listened to Eddie Hearn and done the job properly, he'd have been alright, wouldn't he? He'd have gone for, you know, an easy fight to start with. Eddie were going to give him an easy one. Then he could have gone for Dillian Whyte. He'd beat Dillian Whyte. Well, would he on this performance? Would he beat Dillian Whyte? Maybe not. Bellew. Well, Bellew, I mean, he's a technician, isn't he? He wanted the fight. They shook on the Bellew fight, didn't they? But it didn't happen. Who knows? But it looks like he's going to fight Wilder now. But as far as I'm concerned, he's not. I want him to do well, but he's not ready. The only people bigging him up are Frank Warren's lot and Gareth Davis. They're the only ones bigging him up. Now, he got the win, fair enough, but you got to stop guys like Pianetta. Fucking hellfire. The Italian sausage. Fucking hell. Jesus. Fucking chipolata. No, Frank Warren can't start talking about the Sky narrative because Barry Jones, David A and John Rowland, fucking hell, they milked the BT Sport narrative last night, didn't they? That was shocking, man. Tyson was a world-class heavyweight. He was a world-class heavyweight for 2 nights of his career. 2 nights. Chisora rematch and the Vladimir fight and maybe the Hamer fight. 3 world-class performances. That's all I've seen from him. Now, he can't dine out on them 3 performances again because that's 3 years ago, innit? We're here now with the present, and the present is his last 2 fights. Well, need I say any more? I say was a world-class heavyweight champion, and I don't say that lightly. He was a world-class champion. He's not world-class no more. He's British class. That's British. That's a British champion. That's a British level. That what he is now. He slipped into British class. But let's not get carried away with ourselves. Derek Chisora and Christian Heyman are made for Tyson, weren't they? And Vladimir were an old man, wasn't he? 40-year-old, old man, coming to end of his time. So I mean, that was his 68th fight, Vladimir. But what a fantastic performance! Before the fight, Tyson said he were an old man and youth would prevail. After the fight, they said he was a super champion. He was a superhuman champion. That's what John Fury said. I'm only going on what they said, don't I? He isn't no more. He's a shadow of his former self. And on this form, Wilder ices him, in my opinion. Then it's on to the Joshua fight. And they'd take that Joshua fight for 30%. They would. If it were a mandatory, he'd get 25%. He'll fight Joshua as a voluntary for 30% because it's a domestic fight. They might even squeeze 32% out, but he'll not get no more than 30% out against Eddie Hearn. What will that work out at? About 7 million? He'll pick up $10 million to fight Wilder, and he'll probably pick up same another 10 million to fight Joshua, because Wilder beats Tyson on this performance, and Joshua will not fight Wilder. Then he'll still not want to fight him. They'll want to get the Tyson fight. He'll want to fight him once Wilder's softened him up. Unless we see some big improvements from Ben Davidson, who's the future pound for pound king of the world, according to John Fury. John Fury's words said he's the best trainer in the world in the next few years. Going to be pound for pound best trainer in the world. Now, people can say, look, Porky, you're fucking being harsh here. Listen, I tell the truth, me mate. I've just been kicked off Twitter for telling the truth. Right? There's things that have gone on in background that only me and a couple of people close to me in boxing, and that my lawyer will know. My lawyer's dealing with Twitter at the moment because they've given me a lifetime ban, but that's not going to stop me videos on YouTube being uploaded, because my friends will upload them, so it don't really bother me that much. But I'll win that appeal and I'll be able to go back on Twitter again. But for a moment in time, they're not letting me back on. I've tried to get back on, but it's just one of them things, isn't it, when you've got trolls complaining to them about me putting Joshua tweets out. I've said, and I'm going to read it out now, that piss that Anthony Joshua is handing in to Varda, that's not his piss, that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. You don't put 2.5 stone of muscle on in 18 months and lose 4% body fat. fucking Jay Cutler couldn't do that, or Ronnie Coleman. So there's something in the fucking drinks up there at the EIS. That's my opinion, and I got kicked off Twitter for it. So it is what it is, innit? Harsh words, but that's my speech, freedom of speech. I've been kicked off Twitter for freedom of speech. Eddie Hearn don't want anybody saying anything about Joshua. That's why he employs trolls on ticket deals. He's got 100 trolls. They've all got 10 accounts each on Twitter. We know this because we've heard this back. And they're putting that's 1,000 accounts on Twitter a day, 10 hours a day, and they're on ticket deals. Every time Eddie Hearn puts a tweet out, you've got 1,000 accounts retweeting and liking it and commenting. Every tweet he puts out, they jump all over it. And every time Frank Warren or the enemy put anything out, these trolls jump all over that. That's what they do. That's what they did with Lou DiBella, and that's what they do with everybody else. This is how social media works, let me tell you. So don't be fooled. That's why I've not been allowed on Twitter. Forget the fact I had 12,000 followers. 10,000 of them were from Trump campaign. It were an old account that I had 5 years ago that I forgot the password for. The last time I got blocked off Twitter for saying something about Eddie Hearn, I remembered the password. I found it written down in a book, so I just opened that account up again. And it were called Trump Train. There were about 2,000 followers on it. They ended up with about 18,000. But 6,000 fell by the wayside because I didn't retweet any of the tweets. The Trump campaign, because I think he's a tosser. But I like what he stands for. I think he's a tosser. But I didn't when he were having a go at the establishment. I was putting Trump tweets out, and he looked like loads of followers followed me, didn't it? But there were only really about 2,000 followers. I never bought a tweet follower in my life. People say no, I'm buying them. You fucking idiots. I've got better things to spend my money on. But a few people in boxing know where all them followers come from, but it is what it is. Trolls are going to be trolls, aren't they? They're on fake accounts, aren't they? So I'm not on Twitter at the moment. I'm on Instagram at Porky's _corner. Middle slash in between Porky's corner. Like bottom slash thing. I think is it an at as well before that? At Porky's corner, or is it just Porky's _corner? It's on Instagram anyway, but I'm not really good at working it. I don't know how to upload anything. I need to have a look at it this week, but if you need to see anything from now on, or if I'm going to put anything out, just go on to Instagram. It's Porky's _corner. Or it'll say my name, Russell Hartley. I don't really know how you'll get in touch with me on Instagram. But if you want to follow me, you're welcome, and I'll give you a follow back. If you want to abuse me, you will be blocked straight away, just so all you trolls who are listening to this now, because there are trolls that listen to my videos, because some people were bragging off overnight in a pub about it, and my mate ended up grabbing one of them and saying, "You slagging my mate off?" And then they went, "Hey, it's only banter." Look, it is what it is, isn't it? If you want to slag me off, slag me off. I'm out here, I'm the alternative news, aren't I? I'm just going to tell it straight. I tell it straight. I'm the alternative news to the shit that you're getting put out as boxing fans. I'm going to tell it straight. And let me tell you this, right? That show was fucking pathetic, and Tyson's a year off at pace. But let's just hope he gets well paid and he gets all his money. Because Frank Warren already saying that the purse money for the Wilder's fight's top secret. Fucking top secret? Why don't you just tell us what he's getting, Frank? And I've done with it. Why don't you tell us what you and Sugar Ray Leonard are going to make off fight? Because Dan Raphael puts the purse money on ESPN, so we'll find out eventually, Frank. So just tell us. Or unless there's some money going on the table, who knows? But as far as I'm concerned, some of that money should be going back to Mick Hennessy. Do you know what I mean? Because he's put his money where his mouth is from day one, Mick Hennessy, let me tell you. He's the man that gave him his debut and got him to 25-0. English, British, Commonwealth, Irish, European, and fucking a 4-weight world champion with Ring Magazine belt. Mick Hennessy, remember that guy's fucking name. He's the best talent spotter out there, let me tell you. And if everybody don't agree with that, don't agree with it. Chris Eubank, Tyson Fury, Carl Froch, Darren Barker, they all turned pro with Mick Hennessy, let me tell you. Mick Hennessy turned pro. They turned pro with Mick. Darren Barker did, let me tell you. Froch. There's two guys there. They all turned Tyson Fury, Huey Fury. Eubank, they all turned pro with Mick Hennessy. So I'd like to say that Mick Hennessy knows who he's fucking on with. Forget all these clowns on here who are coming out with utter shit. Mick Hennessy knows what he's on with. And you'd think that somebody earning millions would go down to Mick and say, do you know what, Mick? There's a few quid there for you, wouldn't you? But you never know, do you? You never know, do you? But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. You know, I wish Tyson well. People could say you're being harsh, but I just have to say it as I see it. Now, Tyson in his dark moments will know, right, that he is not back to his best. Look at Wilder here. He knows, doesn't he? He's come all the way over, hasn't he, for it? He knows. So it can only be money. This fight can only be about money. Being pimped out by Frank Warren. So remember this video now, what I'm going to tell you now. Wilder beats Tyson in Vegas. Probably on points, but he beats him. And then Tyson fights Joshua, even though he's coming off a loss. Because Joshua won't fight Wilder. Now remember, I've told you this. He'll still get the Joshua fight. There's 2 big paydays in him. He'll get the Joshua fight, and then he'll disappear. And then he'll come back again. And it'll all start happening again, and then you'll all get drawn in. I ain't being fooled. I am not a fool, let me tell you. I tell it straight. Now you can jump up and down, walk out to that ring and get all this hype around you, but the fans at the end, look, they're cheering at the beginning, but were they cheering at the end? Look, they're all cheering because they've all been sold a script, and they all fell for it from the weigh-in. You're all being played like Muppets. This is the Muppet Show. You're all being played by Muppet. Look at Wilder. He knows what he's going to get at Christmas, doesn't he? Woo! That boy's going to get paid. Look, David A, he's on a good wage for that last night. He's going to say some lovely things about the fight, isn't he? Well, he's showing 40%. What are you on about? Tyson, well, he's showing us 40%. You don't want to play his hand. Let me tell you this, right? You're all being played. Now, this is the fight. This is the highlights at fight. You look at that. What's that about here? Look, what's all that? Do you think you can do that against Wilder? Yeah, that looks pretty flashy, doesn't it, against Pianetta? Look at Flab on him there. Flabinator. Come on. Don't be fooled. You're watching here. Look at Ricky Hatton. He had to stay silent in between rounds. Ricky Hatton reduced to hanging around Tyson to try and get some crumbs. It's embarrassing. Totally embarrassing, right? Look at Flab on him. Look at him there. He couldn't get him out there. And you've got people. Look at that. Look at shape he's in there. There's no muscle tone. He's going to fight Wilder. Are they going to dress that up? Are they going to dress that up? They can't dress that up, surely to God. They can't let him fight Wilder in that condition. They can't let him. Look, they can't let him do it. Somebody's got to get hold of him and say, you cannot, I repeat, not fight Wilder. You can't do it. Don't let him fight Wilder. He can't. We need Tyson Fury back to his best. That's what we need. We need him looking $1 million. That's what we need. We don't need this. It's let me forward it to end because it's just baba. Look at the faces. Look at Frank Warren's face there. Look. Do you know what I mean? Frampton carried show, didn't he? Like even he got cut, and that guy wasn't that good who Frampton beat. But like I've just said to you all, the fans cheered Tyson in, but they booed at the end, didn't they? Now that's enough in it, basically. That's enough. But as far as I'm concerned, it was a shambles, that show. A shambles. But it is what it is, isn't it? So all the best, and I want to shout out to K Official, SAS Digital, Elliot Churchill's, Taylor's, Ledger Frames of Doncaster. Big shout out to them all, and keep following boxing. People might say this is very harsh what words I've come out with now, but I'm just gonna tell you straight what I thought about it. And bottom line is this: it was shocking, total shocking.
Huge interest, and it's coming very close, Frank, to being a sellout. Yeah, I think we've only got about 500 tickets left,
Yeah,
so
sell out.
I'm quite sure they'll be gone within maybe today, who knows, but it's going to be a fact.
Not the old 500 tickets left, quote Frank. Oh my God.
Fantastic atmosphere, and we're all looking forward to it, and as you quite rightly said, John, it's certainly the biggest boxing event that Belfast has ever had.
Well, biggest boxing event. Well, what did you think to Frank's words there, boxing event?
As far as crowd is concerned.
Just before we hear from the main protagonist, just set the scene for this one, because Tyson, interesting developments over the last week or two, and a lot on this fight. He's wanting to look good and to make a statement which resonates both sides of the Atlantic.
Well, he does, and obviously you hear from the big man himself, the lineal world champion. That's what he is. He's undefeated, and he's got to go out there and win the fight. And if he wins it, then it's no secret Wilder's good.
Well, he made a statement, didn't he? Well, that a statement. That was a statement. We're going to slice him into an Italian sausage. First statement. Second one, I'm the heavyweight version of Sugar Ray Leonard. Now, is that what we got? We didn't. I'll bid you good night. I'll leave you on that. The crowd booed. And the title of the video is Tyson Fury in decline? I say yes, he's in decline. Good night.